Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on a Saturday talking real estate. My favorite topic. Hope you're having an amazing week, and glad to be back on the show. It's been a wild January. A little bit of snow. Everybody's getting over the sniffles and different things going around. And real estate is full force. Been busy here at Hometown Realty, and our team has been busy helping a lot of people. And hard to believe January is over, but we're here to February. Almost a couple weeks out from March, which means, spring market is right around us, and it is the busiest time of the season. So it's here, and a lot of news in the real estate market. Got a great show for you. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Ryan Coleman, owner, founder of Hometown Realty, and we do this little show called Real Estate with Ryan. No politics, just fun, real estate, try to have a good time with it, and keep you up to date on the Knoxville housing market. What's going on in your backyard? Where are the rates? What do we expect this year to be? How do I sell my home? Why is an agent important? And so many more topics, and try to have fun doing it. So appreciate all you guys listening. If you're tuning in for the first time, you can find Real Estate with Ryan every Saturday at News Talk 98.7, 1 p.m. Also on Talk Radio 92.3 FM at 11 a.m. Of course, we're on social media all over the place. I'm sure you've seen us out there, but we're on X, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And then, of course, we're on Spotify, iTunes, and Google, in case you missed the show. And everybody's busy, got ball games. It's been a busy week for the Coleman family. So we had daughter's championship game last week, and then, of course, my son's championship game this week. We missed it. A daughter's team missed it by one shot. Girls was an amazing season, and missed it by one shot. I mean, just came down to 2 points, and just shot at the end that we couldn't get off, but that's okay. So proud of those girls. And then my little man, he's playing for his championship, and so proud of those little guys. So it's been busy. I know probably a lot of you guys are in the same thing, and other sports going on. And so the housing market's got a lot of news. A lot of news now as the new administration's in. A lot of news. So you may not even catch all the things that are going on. But interest rates were adjusted here just a couple days ago. And they said that the average rate on the 30-year mortgage eases for the second week in a row, but just remains below 7%. The average 30-year mortgage in the U.S. eased in the second week in a row. Prospective buyers, the rate fell to 6.95. It was previously at 6.96, Freddie Mac said. A year ago, it was about 6.63. So gives you some indication. And the 15-year mortgage, very popular, went to 6.12. It was 6.16 a week ago. Mortgage rates are influenced by several factors. We know the bond market reacts to it on the Federal Reserve's policy, and the average two-year low briefly fell below the 2 years at 6%. 10-year Treasury, which lenders use to guide for pricing. The yield was 3.62 in mid-September. Reached 4.79% 2 weeks ago, and it's below the Fed's target of 2% inflation. So, we're watching, but we're moving forward in 2025. I think one of the biggest things to move forward and understand the market is affordability. This is going to be the conversation all in 2025, affordability, where are the rates going, where's the market. And I think a lot of people are getting off the sidelines. I think a lot of people have an opportunity to move or need to move, the new norm. I was listening to somebody on the radio today, and, say, hey, the rates are under 7. We're not going to see 3%. That's kind of a given. But we're going to probably be in that 6 to 7 range. We'll probably be in that the whole year. And, buyers are going to kind of get used to it. I think that's the norm and what we expect to see. Let's see what else is here. One of the biggest things, new data on pending home sales and declines in the month. National Association of Realtors, pending home sales 5.5% in December from previous months. Ending a 4-month streak of increase, the trade group said. Pending transactions fell 5% in December of 2023. So a lag of month that usually exists between the data that comes out. New home sales have slowed. The inventory of properties on the market have been increasing. We've seen that. While still low historically standards, a number of home sales nationally is up 25% a year ago. And the good news is home shoppers can now afford more or have more opportunities as selection increases. So good news there on the mortgage front, a little bit of increase. Talking about the luxury housing market, I think that's something to kind of discuss. We've got a lot of new listing inventory. I'd say luxury is probably, in the Knoxville market, probably, say, 1 million plus. And so we're seeing a lot of sales on that. We talked about previous in episodes, Real Estate with Ryan, how January and February is so important. And it's really going to be important this year if you're selling. We're seeing some of our luxury property, literally just working on this week, 2 properties, potential 3 above 1 million. So one above 1 million, another one with 2 million working on offers, and then another potential one working. So we are kind of tying into this show today, talking about when is the best time to move. We're going to talk about probably the biggest thing that I see in today's market. If your house is not compelling, it's not selling. And so we're seeing that across the country. And here in our backyard in East Tennessee, if it's not compelling, it's not selling. So what does that mean? We'll dive deep into that, and then we'll talk more in the second half, Real Estate with Ryan. We're talking about 3 reasons to buy a home before spring, and why now, probably January, which is over, and obviously heading into the beginning or end of March, is an opportunity for the spring market. You know, some of these buyers that properties that we're talking about, they're doing some 1031s, or they're going to go put their house on the market in spring. So taking advantage of the market, buyers are seeing that interest rates movement across the country, opportunities for buyers that we didn't have maybe last year. So that's what we got on the show. Hope you enjoy it. Got some news out of the Sunshine State, kind of tying into the market. I thought this was a good one, kind of discuss a little bit, and I'll kind of get going on this. We've got congrats, a whole lot of new listings and activities. We're going to carry that over in the second half. So we'll start off the second half, Real Estate with Ryan, with our congrats, great clients, great closings. But I was kind of wanted to talk about this. So I saw this in the news. Maybe you guys saw it as well. It said Florida home sells at $130,000 loss. And I thought this was kind of tie in. It was a 4-bedroom home outside of Tampa, and it was a significant loss. It was over in, let's see, where was it at? It was over in Barrel Way, Wave Way, which is in Wesley Chapel, a suburb, basically 25 miles outside of Tampa, Florida. It was a just average home, 2,200 square feet, built in 2020. What was interesting about this property was the owner of it. It was Blackstone. So Blackstone owned the property. If you're not familiar with Blackstone, they own almost everything. Blackstone, BlackRock, etc. But they sold it for basically $130,000 loss, roughly 27% decline. And according to some of the housing markets, they saw a large amount of inventory that was coming up in that zip code. According to Zillow's data, the property zip code had an average of $410,000, down 1.6% sales price, and then seeing further inventory come on the market, they made this larger correction. So is that the outlier? What are we seeing in the marketplace today? Are we seeing that in our backyard? We know that Florida and Texas had a lot of people that relocated to the area, a lot of people going to those states from other states. And, BlackRock was these corporate investors. They bought a lot of properties out here. It was a potential rental, did lease purchase and things like that. And so seeing that business model didn't pass, and they considered just to kind of get out of it and ended up dropping the price. Will we see that in our backyard in East Tennessee? We have, in our area, believe it or not, some of these properties that are corporately owned, and they're used for rentals. Will we see them, and how does that affect us if we're thinking about selling? Think about the guys in Tampa and Florida. Now they're selling, and one of the comparables that recently just sold is, took $130,000 price reduction. So those are things to think about in the market and what to expect. Florida is chasing some issues there with obviously the rise of HOA cost, insurance. Other markets like Miami really have some issues with closed sales, and numbers are down dramatically. Won't dive into all that, but typically in Florida, the Sunshine State, is up 22% compared to a year earlier, but inventory has increased, seeing a lot of price drops along with Florida, certain markets like Austin and things like that. So things to think about knowing in the market, and does that affect us in our housing market? We know that a lot of people have relocated since COVID in the housing market to our great state. And does that affect us? We've got Florida seeing decreasing prices, increases inventory. Texas seeing some of that in the housing market. Look, we'll be right back with the second half of Real Estate with Ryan. Talk more. Stay tuned.
Success always comes down to the details. It takes repetition, hard work, and a defined strategy to be elite. Real estate is no different. It takes preparation and a solid game plan to achieve the best results. On the field, I can cover some real estate. Off the field, look to Ryan Coleman and the team at Hometown Realty. They're Tennessee's agent.
Thanks, Brew. Go Big Orange.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. The real estate market's changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you.
All right, we're back at it, second half of Real Estate with Ryan. Thanks for staying tuned. Always come on those breaks, and it seems like we can never get out of there as quick as we can, but appreciate you staying with us. Great show for you. We're going to dive right into it so we don't run out of time. And we're talking about if your home price is not compelling, it's not selling. And that's today's market. We were talking about the first half, Real Estate with Ryan. So much going on. Florida housing market, Texas housing market. And where does that see us in the Knoxville housing market? Are we next? Hope not, but you never know. We know inventory is on the rise in the Knoxville housing market. We're about 6,000 homes on the market. And if you've had time to look in the housing market, especially in our backyard, we know the homes are sitting in the market a little longer than not. And so before I get into that, I want to talk about some congrats, and we'll talk about what we need to look for, how we need to change, how important it is to seek the advice of your agent, to list it right, and do the right kind of marketing so that your home's not sitting on the market for a while. But before we get going, we got some new congrats, new listings that are coming on the market. New listing hitting the market on 1521 Cherokee Boulevard in Knoxville, Sequoia. Great community, brand new construction. Make sure you check that out. It's going to hit the market first of the week. Brand new listing coming there. And then we got one on 3621 Householder Street. It's a condo down in Pigeon Forge. Cute little unit. Perfect little second home or a little short-term rental opportunity there. Then we got 8209 Tamarick Road in Knoxville down in Rocky Hill. Great little property, one-level unit there. Was used as a rental. Perfect first-time home for somebody or investment property. Check it out. It's going to be in the market next week. And congrats to our great clients that closed over in Turkey Crossing Lane and Hardin Valley. Great clients to work with and super excited for a quick sale there. Allison Drive out in Harriman. Congrats to our great sellers. Green Hill Road, land sold out in Dandridge. I know our builder was happy to get those done. And then Blackjack Road out in Rockwood. Congrats to him. And then Windsong Lane just closed those guys in Oak Ridge. It was a pleasure to work with them, both buyer and seller, and those opportunities to have a successful closing and just really great folks. So I hope they enjoy their new home. That's what we got on the market. And let's go ahead and go into our 60-second vol update right behind it so we can get into the rest of our show. I'm going to make it quick. All right, drum roll, please. All right, vol action. We're talking about the men. Had a chance to go to the game. Haven't been to many games this year, but had a chance to go see a great game in-house. Kentucky, Tennessee packed. Might be a big game today versus Florida. It was a tough loss, but we expect a big game today. So make sure you check out the Vols. Lady Vols were in action against South Carolina. Just ran out a little bit of a time. Amazing effort there. Looked good towards the end. Keep rooting our Lady Vols on, and congratulations to Coach Caldwell with her new baby. So super excited about that for her and all the Vols. In baseball season is a couple weeks around. So before you know it, we're in spring. So make sure you check out our channels, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. We've still got games and tickets that we're sending you great Vols to the stadium and having great opportunities. I see a lot of great pictures and fun. And we're so proud to send you. It doesn't cost anything. It's simple. All you got to do is like, share, and subscribe to our page. And when we send out that post, we're going to send 2 lucky winners and tickets. So make sure you don't forget that, because we got some amazing games coming up into March Madness before the season. That is our 60-second Vol update. Hometown Realty, proud sponsor of the Vols. Go Big Orange. All right, back to the show. A lot going on. That being said, so if your house price is not compelling, Ryan, it's not selling. And that's today's market. Is we're finding that we have inventory that's on the rise. Things are changing. Housing market's changing. The rates were not, I talked to some great clients the other day, and it's, we're not getting the rates where we need to be. And so I don't think that's going to change immediately, but we do think there'll be some opportunity, probably in the mid-6s, which is still a good rate, historically, So I think a lot of buyers we're seeing, hopefully moving 2025, will continue to move on with their plans. One of the biggest mistakes you can avoid when selling your house this year is pricing your home too high. Almost 20% of sellers, that's 1 in 5, have to reduce their price. And we've seen that across the country. Their price to get their home sold is only starting there, and you don't want to be one of them. Well, it happens, right? And what do you do if you sell your property and it doesn't work? I always tell my great clients, listen, the market will always indicate what a home is worth. We do something called appraisals, and we work with appraisers. And one of the biggest things that they want ever to put a property in the market, whether you're refinancing, right, or you're purchasing, all appraisers across the country, they're going to say what? Hey, Ryan, do you have a purchase price? Or if you're refinancing, hey, what are you looking to get? What they're looking for is a target. And that target is, what is a buyer willing to pay? What is a home worth to pay? In hot markets across the country, they're in super demand. Luxury markets, there really is no rhyme or reason. So beauty, that old saying, beauty is the eye of the beholder, that's really, really true. Because ultimately, real estate is always about what? Location, location, location. And buyers are going to determine the value. But if your home is on the market, overpricing a home in today's market where inventory is rising may push buyers away. With mortgage rates and home prices, obviously not where we want them to be, they're already stretching buyers' budgets to make a move. So when they see a property that's not priced right, they're curious about making a decision. More specifically, they're curious about setting up a showing or inquiring. Some sellers are pricing their homes higher than they ever have just because they can. But this also is causing longer days on market. The longer that the house sets, more skeptical the buyers will be, right? I know we've had a lot of clients, and this is a routine conversation, but setting an unrealistic price, especially if it's high, with the idea that you can come down later, doesn't always work in real estate. Now, we've had great conversations, and we've always talked about that. But a home that's overpriced in the beginning tends to stay on the market longer, even after there's a price adjustment. There's truth with that. Sometimes in our business, we put a property on the market, and it sells real quickly. And then the seller says, I've overpriced it. You sold it for too less, Ryan. And if it sits on the market too long, and then it's like you gave me the wrong price. So sometimes in our business, we can't win. But, ultimately, you feel that way, right? And so understanding to find the right pricing in the market is key. You need a great agent in the marketplace that knows the housing market. You can't look to these big sites and look at the trends and what homes are worth. That really is not realistic, especially in a housing market where we talked about before that it's all demand. We're in a great area where we have a mixture of great land property, waterfront property. We have investment properties in the Smokies, stuff in Gatlinburg. We have some of the most beautiful luxury property across the country, which is unique to our location. So a computer really can't pick a value on it. So you're selling yourself short if you're looking online and expecting Zillow or one of these competitors to spit out a number. It just really is not. It's a gauge, but the data that they're using is really not there. So what's the key in finding or putting the right price on your home? And avoiding all these headaches and having to come down. I think you should be obvious that when you hire a real estate agent, that somebody's setting the right marketing strategy and the right pricing with you. So a key. Now, interviewing agents, and we're involved in that as well, sometimes, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. It happens, right? Sometimes you may hear, well, this number sounds really, really good. But really, when you're deciding to pick an agent moving forward in 2025, make sure that we're talking about marketing. How are you going to find those buyers? How are you going to market and find the out-of-state buyers and local? But more specifically, partner with somebody that's going to give you the right price and be honest with you on the front end. I think that that's so key. It may not be the price that you want to see, but that's the truth. And I think if you're hiring an expert in today's marketplace, you want somebody that can explain the market and the pros and cons about pricing your home correctly in this market and getting off the market. Remember, we're seeing inventory rise across the country. Certain home prices, insurances, things we're seeing in California could be affecting in certain areas. Here, home prices, insurance, especially some of the stuff we have up in the Smokies. Getting insurance is already difficult in that market. So the bottom line is, if the home price is not compelling, it may not be selling. And understand that the marketplace that we were 2 or 3 years ago is not here now. In a lot of situations, we're helping a great investor, and people have got over their heads. What they purchased, the price is not where they expected it. And, the market changes. Real estate investing is real estate investing. And you've got to really make a decision. We talk about on the radio, why are we selling this year? What's important about that move, right? And I have a great investor that we just took on, and he said, Ryan, I'm not going to get what I want out of this property. I may even lose just a tad, but I'm ready to sell it. I said, well, hey, I bet you've made a lot of great investments, and you made a decision to go ahead and get this sold and get it done. And so we're going to help him take care of that. So keep that in mind as we move forward in 2025. Thank you for listening to me today and forever. If you need anything, always a call away. Have a great weekend.